Hey, what's happening, everyone? This is Lawrence. I just want to start off this video just by sending out a very preemptive. I know it's preemptive, recording this on the 13th, but still, I want to say Happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies out there. Now that I have that out of the way, I want to talk about something because I heard something on the radio today where they were saying how people should be wary of various scams around Valentine's Day and all that stuff, as people should be. And I would like to make a public service announcement, as it were, or whatever you want to call this. But now this is strictly my opinion, all right? So I don't want this to, to be taken as the gospel, and next thing you know, I'm being issued a cease and desist or whatnot, or I'm being asked to please retract your statement. But here goes anyway. Yes, you should be wary of scams. But in my opinion, for me, the biggest scam going, EHarmony.com. That's right. I'm going to say it again. EHarmony.com, in my book, has been nothing but an outright scam. And I feel like a fool for buying into their hype. Their commercials, where everyone's all happy and all that stuff, and everyone's having a great time, and you see a Dr. Neil Clark Warren fella just looking all like happy as a lark, looking like Darby O'Gill, just mugging it up for the camera, having a great time. Well, if they want truth in advertising, if you want truth in advertising, put this at the bottom of the screen. Your experience may vary, or results may vary, whichever wording you want to use. Because I got to tell you, I've been on this site almost 7 months now. And when I first got on, I started browsing around profiles, and I would get matches, and I would look at them, but I wouldn't message them. I would just I'd feel it out, like, okay, this is where you go to message the person, and this is where you would start the icebreaker. Okay, great. So then I started being a little bit more aggressive towards the response, the matches I would receive. I would take the initiative, start writing them stuff. And I have written to a total of 74 people. Out of those 74 people, I have received very little correspondence. It'll either go something like this. Either a conversation gets going, and the next thing you know, it stops right in its tracks. Goes no place else. Another thing that will happen is I'll send out the questions that I like to use as like a conversation starter, and they don't write back. Or the worst, and this has happened more times than I would like to count, because I can't really count the number of times this has happened, but it's up there. I mean, it's in the double digits. I got to figure. It's in the double digits already. They move on. And that will sometimes happen before they even respond to the questions. Or that'll happen after the conversation gets going. Or, in the case of yesterday, I get a notification, hey, you got matches, so I start going through them. And I hadn't looked in a couple of days, so I start looking at this match I got on Friday. I didn't even get a chance to read through the whole profile. Before I get the notification, she's moved on. But don't worry, you can try other people. Knowing my luck, this is just going to be probably one of the worst investments I've ever made. Roughly $170, give or take, and I have gotten no satisfaction. None. Nothing. Not even a courtesy, as in like well, you live a little bit of a distance from me, but maybe we can make something work. Not even that. So that is my issue with eHarmony, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe your experience was better than mine. I honestly don't know. And at this stage of the game, I don't know. I'm very leery of online dating now. I'm very skeptical of trying something else, because I have gotten the short end of the stick with eHarmony. I tried Match.com a while ago. That went nowhere. I'm on Plenty of Fish, but that's pretty much going no place. And I did try Tinder. I will admit, I did try Tinder. And that, yep, you guessed it, nowhere. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if I even want to contemplate Bumble. If you don't know what Bumble is, it's a website, it's a dating site where the woman makes the first move. I'm pretty sure that knowing my luck, they would just go right past me, and 6 months later, I would be out $29.99 or however much it is. Oh, I also tried Zoosk too. I tried Zoosk and I couldn't get much diversity there either, and I had no luck with that site either. So there you go with that, ladies and gentlemen. And just one more thing I want to sound off on real quick before I wrap this up. Heard about this the other day, I should say. This has got to be one of the most ridiculous dating apps ever created. This is from Samsung, by the way. This is from the same company who a couple of years ago had that issue of their Galaxy Note 7s just exploding on people out of nowhere. These guys came up with a dating app called Refrigerating, if I'm saying the name right, where supposedly the way it works is if you have a smart fridge, it takes a picture of what's inside your fridge, and then it uploads it to this app, and then from there, you can decide on a potential mate. That has got to be one of the most ridiculous notions to try and get a date I've ever heard of. Let me tell you what's in my fridge right now, ladies and gentlemen. In my fridge, I got soda and hamburger buns, some condiments, and a couple of bottles of water. I'm pretty sure if I was on that site, or if I signed up for that app, I'm pretty sure there would be a lot of people swiping left and not a lot of people swiping right. Because that, as I say, has got to be one of the most ridiculous notions ever to try and get a date. I mean, that has got to be, it's like, okay, your potential mate has pork chops in his refrigerator. Yeah, I imagine he's as sexy as they come. All right, rant over. I got nothing left in the tank. I'm Lawrence Ross. Shout out to Trisha Paytas. And good night. Thank you for watching.